All right, good day here. I'm not going to be here this afternoon, so these are your instructions. We're going to do a little peer response after our independent reading. So that is why I had you print off your commentary pieces on Friday. Hopefully, if you hadn't printed it off yet, you can print it off during independent reading time. Hopefully you've already done that. Fourth hour, there were not enough on Friday for everybody to have a copy of their peer's piece. So I made copies of the first 5 in the stack. So some of you will have two copies of your piece in here, and some of you only have 1. All right? So how this is going to work is that all these pieces will be flipped upside down. They'll be spread out on this desk here right in the front of the room. So it'll look like, oh, they're everywhere. Okay? So that you then will come up, everybody will come up, and they will take one piece, and they'll bring it back to their seats, and they will read it. All right? That's what you are going to do. So you read it. As you read, once you're done, you'll go and you will underline what you feel like is a really good line that this person wrote. So for instance here on Mark's paper, you can see I underlined, but where did this morality come from? From our society? From a God? From ourselves? I thought that was a really great line, so I underlined it, and then I put my initials. You need to put your initials. All right? The purpose of this today is simply to point out one line that you feel is really good. Nowhere today should you be criticizing someone else's papers. You shouldn't be putting commas in where you think a comma should go. You shouldn't tell them what they should change. Today's purpose is purely to tell somebody something they did well. One line they did well. So what you do is you underline the line that you think is really good. Then on the back, you write down why you think that line was good. So you can comment on technical aspects. You can comment on, perhaps it's a rhetorical device. You can talk about that. You can think about the ideas behind the line. You can mix the two. So as you see here, I've written, Mark, I think you've raised profound questions in this line. In your hook, you give the reader context, and the context is, for all time, human society has developed moral guidelines. And then these penetrating questions build on each other. This involves the reader and forces him or her to ask the same questions and opens him or her up to what you will write about for the rest of your piece. Mr. Dovry. So you can see I've started with the person's name. I want you to start with the person's name. Then I want you to write a thoughtful response. So nice line is not a good response. And then I want you to finish by signing your name. All right, so they know who's talking here. All right, so that's what will happen. Once you are done with one, you'll come back up from your seat. You'll bring your piece of paper back up. You'll put it here. Then you'll grab another one, and you'll go sit back down and do the same thing. You're going to do that for about 20 minutes. So you should probably, I would guess it'll take you 4, 5, 6 minutes to read a piece and respond to one line. And you'll probably get through 3, maybe 4 different pieces of your classmates. When you're done, Ms. Pratt will tell, okay, everybody put the papers back up here, and then she'll read off your names and pass them back to the original owners. Original owners take a look at what has been written on your piece. These are lines that you know work, so that when it comes time to revise, you probably don't want to change these lines. All right? Then the last thing you'll do today is Ms. Pratt will she'll pass out the rubric to the piece for the commentary. I want you to take a look at the rubric and then take a look at your piece, and then maybe just right up here, what aspects of your piece, based on the rubric, you feel like you need to work on when it comes to a second draft. So this is a rough draft. What things do you want to work on to improve, and write those right up there. And then tomorrow I will take a look at what's been written on your paper, both what's been written by your classmates, so again, keep it positive and thoughtful, and what you have written about how you want to improve your paper.